All right, I'm back. It's been a while, but as per usual, I do this in batches and then I disappear just to emerge when you least expect it. So before I get started, just want to mention that this channel is approaching its first birthday. Yay! And my Malazan re-rankings video just hit 100 views. What? What do you say? No, 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 not 100,000, not 100K, 100, 100, baby steps. That's where my that's where my bar is set. Okay, let's do this then. Since last we met, I did finish this one, Blood and Bone, Book 5 of E.N.C. Esslemont's novels of the Malazan Empire. I haven't really ranked the ice books, but this is certainly on par with Stone Wielder and Orb Scepter Throne in terms of just pure enjoyment, which is the metric I prefer to go by. What can I say about this one? Well, first of all, spoilers and so on and so forth. Okay, let's start with, as you see on the cover, jungle. Yeah, we haven't seen any jungles in Malazan previously, I think. So a nice change of setting. Interesting change of scenery. And to say that this particular jungle is particularly unforgiving, that's a bit of an understatement. Ice has some real fun with this setting. Characters, they don't have much fun in this setting. We have deadly parasites, deadly diseases. We have clothes rotting, just falling off people. We have giant river-dwelling monsters, hyper-aggressive hummingbirds with razor-sharp beaks, because of course, and poisonous everything. And when things can't get any worse, here's some cannibals. Yeah. Um, no storyline, despite all the misery and overall awfulness. Nothing better summarizes the overall message of this book than the story of the delicately inept thaumaturg army heading through this jungle, which I believe is supposed to be a diversion attack of a larger conflict. General Golan is a great character, obviously aware of where things are heading, but also completely unable to view the situation in an honest light. At least he can't be very open with what he's actually thinking. Some of the funniest moments in all of Malazan is the deadpan conversations between Golan and his official chronicle, who is a really interesting contrast to Duiker in Ericsson's books. Let's say they have a different approach to recording history. This book, it never, once again related to the setting, it never lets go of this claustrophobic, just awful feeling mood, just because. Sorry, let me rephrase. It never gets boring because there are so many flavors of misery and horrors in over various characters and plotline. It never feels repetitive. So good stuff for the reader. That is, characters wouldn't want to be one of those. Not a good time. Still not fully invested in the overall storyline regarding the Crimson Guard. I've mentioned this before. Doesn't really. I don't find it very interesting. But at least this time, at least two of the individual guards emerge as somewhat interesting characters, which is kind of a first, if I'm going to be a bit mean here. So on the one hand, we have Shimmer. By the way, the long kind of dreamlike hallucinatory journey along the river, great stuff, great writing, love it. Anyway, Shimmer, liked her. Liked her counterpart on the disavowed side of things. I think she was called Mara, but I may be mistaken. But yeah, not overall not a fan of the guard. Not a fan of Skinner jumping through hoops and warrens, stealing parts of the cryptic gods. Meh, is kind of my attitude towards. that, and it's too bad because the Crimson Guard is supposed to be the backbone of these books. But I still enjoyed the book. Actually, there's so much stuff going on. So even if there's a plot line you don't like, and if that plot line that you don't like happen to be the most important plot in the series, you can still enjoy this book a lot. One of the things that I enjoyed a lot were, well, of all the depictions we get of gods and elders and ascendants and whatever you want to call them, we get. Oh right, yeah, he's dropping the Athasanai. I think Asathanai on us. That gets dropped on us, and that's apparently as some sort of subset of the gods. I got. I'm digressing here. My point here was the depiction of Triss, the Queen of Dreams, in this book could be one of my favorite in all Malazan. The whole sequence when she appears in the monastery is one of my favorite sections of any Malazan book. The plotline with her and her bodyguard was one of the highlights of the book. Especially, as I said, her emerging and meeting one of her priestesses in that monastery was awesome. What else? Oh, Sang and her brother is a major plot line here. Reminded me a lot of a fantasy series for kids that I read for my twins a while back. I know the author is Swedish, so I don't know if it's available at all, and I don't have the name either. But anyway, so in that fantasy story for kids, there was this character whose brother was taken to a mysterious castle and turned into a figure that somewhat resembled the Yakshaka in this book. And I wonder, is it a trope? I don't know. Also, just random ramblings here about the book. Old Man Moon, that's the name. Great character. Would have loved to know more about him. And at this point, I haven't even mentioned Calor or Lady Spite or Ardata. A lot of good stuff going on. Enjoyed this book a lot. Not sure what the plot was about though. To be fair, there's a lot of things going on, and I'm not sure I care because the setting and many of the characters were enough for me to just enjoy this book immensely. As with all Malazan, sometimes you just enjoy the ride and you don't. It's hard to keep up with the other stuff. Though a shout out to Raf over at the Bridge Burners Discord who helped me by explaining some backstory and some plot points regarding the Calor storyline that really made things easier for me. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.